What's up, YouTube? First and foremost, shout out to all my subscribers. Alien Army, stand up, raise up, hit those like buttons, drop those comments. If you don't know what Alien Army is, those are people that rock with me, my subscribers, that always hit the thumbs button and thumbs up button, and always drops a comment. I know that you guys all know that it helps with the algorithm, but I do want to break it down just a little bit so you understand a little bit more, because I watch YouTube too, and when people are like, hit the like button and drop a comment for the algo, they don't really explain it too much, right? I'm a small channel, so each like and each comment really help a whole lot. For every 10 likes and 10 comments I get, my video gets shown to about 100 new people. However, if I got 100 likes and 100 comments, then it actually doubles and it gets sent out to 2,000 people. That really helps out a lot. I understand with big channels, hitting the like button, because if you like that content, you want to be recommended it more times. However, what I don't understand is people dropping comments on those big channels when 99.9% of them don't even read it or will never respond because there's too many. One of the cool things rocking with me is I am a smaller channel. I do respond to 99.9% of my comments. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm on YouTube is the support system and the community and talking to everybody. I really enjoy it. So drop a comment. Even if I get really, really big, I already have a system already developed where I can go ahead and still respond to everybody, because the way I feel is if you're gonna take the time to drop something, and if you don't know what to put, a thumbs up, hi, an alien emoji, everything like that, all that helps, you know what I mean? However, if you take the time to write something, I'm gonna take the time to read it. That's just how I am. I do want to get into today's video. This is homeless dealing with pain. Let me talk about some updates first, then I'm gonna get into it. Even if you're not homeless, I think this will help you out. Maybe it'll give you some insights, a different kind of perspective, or maybe something you can learn from, or at the very least, maybe it's educated enough. Educate you a little bit, or just you want to rock with me. You know what I mean? So name of the video is excuse me, by the way, clear my throat, man. It is so crazy, dude, how it's really warm one day and the next day it's cold. All right, clear my throat again. Excuse me very much. So homeless dealing with pain. So quick updates. My buddy Roughing It, I've talked about him before. If you're new to this channel, if you want to I am homeless, so let's get that out of the way. If you wanted to find out why I'm homeless, I actually have a full video, homeless full story. Check it out. I got a lot of videos, so if you like this content, definitely subscribe and check out my other videos. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a question about something, I don't mind answering it. However, maybe a lot of the questions that you might already have are probably in other videos, so at least take a look at it. You know what I mean? And it helps with my watch time. It helps with you watching. I am monetized. I still don't understand how everything's working. If somebody's actually a YouTube partner and wants to reach out to me and tell me I don't even know if my videos show ads. I don't even I know that I have a Google AdSend account. However, I don't even when I try to log into it, I can't even figure out what videos, how many ads I'm supposed to show, what kind of criteria. It kind of looks, maybe because I'm doing it underneath my cell phone, maybe you're supposed to do it underneath the laptop or computer, I don't know. But if anybody's got some pointers or want to recommend to me a video to watch, then please let me know. But I'm not trying to drag out this video, but I'm just being honest. So my buddy Roughing It, his legs are all messed up. They were messed up probably for quite some time. And one thing about Roughing It, man, he really, really smells really bad. It never showers. Doesn't have the money to shower. That's why he's got the nickname Roughing It. Really good person. He's got a homeless dog as well. The dog has saved my bacon before. I actually talked about that on a video. Would Saved My Bacon. I don't know. Watch the video to find out. I don't want to keep talking about it. But nonetheless, he's a pretty solid guy. He's way older. He's in the 70s. I do want to interview them, and he does know my YouTube and all that stuff. So a quick update with that. I asked him, can I record him and show him everything, because I think you guys would really enjoy it, especially since I've talked about him, kind of often, right? Now he doesn't want to be on video. His two ex-wives don't know that he's homeless, and neither does his daughter. So he doesn't want them to ever stumble upon it. I don't want to say, I'm such a small channel, you ain't got to worry about that. And tell you the truth, do I think they're going to run into it, or anybody's going to try to find you out? I said probably not. I think he'd be okay. He's just not comfortable. However, he doesn't mind me talking about him, because the same stuff I say here, I say to his face. So it's not like I'm saying anything bad. He knows that he smells bad. You know what I mean? He knows that his nickname is Roughing It. I call that to him all the time. It's he likes the nickname. He's like, yeah, I'm roughing it, all right. He thinks it's a badge. It's not out of disrespect. It's out of people get nicknames that are fitting. Sometimes it could be a really big guy and his nickname is Tiny, or his name is Huge Mondo. You know what I mean? It's nicknames are meant to be fitting, or opposite of whatever they are. Like if you're a big guy and your name is Tiny, it's the hypocrisy in it that makes it funny. So his legs are all messed up. and whatnot. And I turns out he's got cellulitis, and from what I've read, like, I thought it was edema, you know what I mean? That's what I thought it was. If you don't know what edema is, you can look it up, but that's what I thought it was. It turned out to be cellulitis. He went to the doctors and everything else. He got antibiotics and you know, that kind of stuff. So why it's important me, you know, throwing that out there is because the day before he goes to the hospital, I just want to share a little quick story, then I'm gonna jump into the homeless dealing with pain part of the video. So the day before he goes does that, I'm talking to him, and he's got blisters all over his legs after he gives himself a little bathroom bird bath or whatever. He does that, and I'm like, dude, I'm pretty sure it's edema. Your legs are really swole. I go, if you lose your legs out here, man, you're almost useless. You know, he lives in a car, never has gas. He does not have any source of income, you know, nothing like that. He does get his DSS card, which is welfare. He gets that, and most of the time he spends his card inside the truck stop, which means, you know, for half a sandwich you're paying like $6-7. You know what I mean? So not a lot of food, not a lot of money, not a lot of resources, and we're in a very bad area where you know, yeah, his dog will fight for him. His dog's very protective. You know, you know, like, but you still need to walk around, man. You still need to you know, be able to walk to the bathroom. You know, if he's in a wheelchair, I don't think he can get himself in and out of it, or walk, or you know, anything like that. But so the day before he goes to the hospital, I said, you know, did you really need to elevate your legs and everything else? He was elevating his legs, and then no, it was the day before he elevated his legs. The very next day, he said he got a bunch of blisters on his legs and that they're weeping. Thank God I didn't see it. I said, what do you mean by weeping, man? He's like, it's like shooting out pus. I'm like, God, man, that's fucking bad, dude. I go, you know, I really don't like going to the hospitals my damn self, but in the case of me losing my legs, yeah, dude, I think you need to go. So he was able to arrange that. He said he had enough gas to get himself there, or another dude that we call, his name is Solar Panel, actually. Call him Solar Power or Solar Panel. I get it mixed up. But nonetheless, he said that dude would take him and even watch his dog. I was like, oh, okay. He knows that I don't have room in my car. Like, I have room to do stuff, but I don't have room for people to actually sit here. At the very bottom of my boards, you know, at the floorboard, I have my belongings. That, and I have it tucked in my trunk underneath this thing. In fact, if you wanted to, you know, if you were curious what my car looks like, it's still the same. I need to switch some things up, but I do have one of my videos on your Honda Civic full tour, living in my car, something along those lines is what I believe I titled it. So nonetheless, with dude, you know, he tells me what his game plans are. So this is where the homeless and pain part comes into it, right? So he tells me he hasn't been sleeping very much, and that, you know, could his legs be this swollen, this blistered because of that? And I said, I'm sure it's adding to it. I go, I know that your body heals itself when it sleeps. So if you're not sleeping, so that night, I'm parked over at a different spot. Like, I'm in the same parking lot, but I'm at a spot where I normally park at to be left alone. That's my left alone spot. You know what I mean? Like, nobody walks behind me. The traffic is a lot louder because of the vehicles coming behind me. There's this piece of crap car, and I know who they are, and I don't like them. And they know that I don't like them. And why I don't like them is they're fiends. And I don't like the way they conduct themselves around there. You know what I mean? They're not always there. They pop in and out. So it's almost 10 o'clock at night, and this red truck pulls up, and this red truck is this guy driving, and there's a bunch of fiend girls, and there's a total of 3 dudes. Red truck guy is the guy who was a driver, was kind of a big guy. Dude that was in the passenger seat of the red piece of crap, and then there was a dude that was behind the driver, and the driver was a female. So there's like, and then the red truck had three women, so a total of 4 women and 3 dudes, so 7 people, right? And they're in the parking lot, and they're being loud. And I know it's only around 10 o'clock at night. You know, that's not the craziest things for people to be loud, but I don't appreciate their conversations that they're having out there. And I'm going to talk about it now that it's a little bit further in the video. They're talking about how they run up on people, check their pockets. Oh, that guy's a bitch. This person's a bitch. That guy's a pussy. Oh yeah. When I pocket checked him this, and I did that. that, and I ran those pockets, and fuck everybody in this parking lot, and they're doing this, and you know, I'm only human, right? I'm sitting in this parking lot. I don't want to hear that crap. I don't like that stuff, and I'm thinking in my head, everybody's a tough guy until I meet somebody, and it's pissing me off. So the homeless dealing with pain, part of this aspect of this video is controlling impulse controls. You know, not losing your temper, not losing your control. But we're all human, right? You know, I know people say let it go and stuff like that, but the truth about it, the truth of the matter is that, you know, if you lost a loved one, you know, does that pain ever go away? No. Does some days are they, you know, is some days more tolerable than others? Yeah. You know, are there certain times of the year, certain things that come up? You know, like me losing my grandmother, right? Around Christmas and around Mother's Day and around her birthday. I mean, you know, but I mean, to do it, this doesn't mean I miss her less each day. No, it means that I have a harder time tolerating you know, the grieving process. Like, you know, when somebody's not here anymore, the people here on Earth that love that person are the ones that are missing them and have pain because they you know they're gone. And one of the ways I deal with that is you know, I tell myself that she's really not gone because she's still in my heart and she's still in my memories. You know what I mean? So back to idiot fiends running up on people and running their fucking mouth. They're acting like that, and I lost my temper, and I'm notorious for giving people very awkward looks and not having to say anything, and then hopefully that they understand that I'm pissed off. What I mean by that is I have no problem telling somebody to not come near my car. I'm very protective. I don't like people getting near my car. I'm outnumbered by those people. There's 7 of them, 3 dudes and 4 women. I open up my door, and they're probably about 15 feet away from where I'm parked at. And I just stand out there and I stare at them. I'm wearing my tank top, and I have my glasses off, and I have my hat off because I'm figuring something might happen. And you know, I'm out there and I'm just staring at them for over 5 minutes. And then finally, they all see me, and none of them's making eye contact with me. They also aren't talking about how, you know, how they ran up on people and were pocket checking them. And then one of the women say, you know, is there something going on? You know, you're looking pretty crazy over there. And I said, you guys woke me up, and I don't appreciate that. And she's like, well, I wish you would have said that a couple minutes ago. We were getting pretty worried. And then I didn't say anything. She's like, we'll quiet down. And the whole time, like, I'm mad dogging the guys. You know, I guess if you were gonna call it a look, it's a mad dog. That's what I was doing to them. You know, like, you know, we'll quiet down. I get back in my car. I'm sitting there. They did quiet down. Suddenly, they're not so rambunctious. They had music playing in that red truck. They turned that down, and then they leave about 5 minutes later. When they go ahead and leave, they turn the music. Before they even leave, they crank the music all the way up. Drive right in front of my car, hit their horn about 2 or 3 times, speed off really fast. Then they know that they got that street behind me. They go on that street, and now they're going the opposite direction. When they're going the opposite direction, they are wailing on their horn the whole time. Wow. So you guys had me outnumbered. You saw me staring at you for several minutes. You saw that I had an issue. You guys talk about how you ran up on everybody and you did all sorts of stuff. I'm out there and I'm staring at you, and y'all couldn't do nothing. The best that you could do is act like you know, an antagonistic coward, wailing on your horn right before you leave when you knew that you were safe. But you guys were safe the whole time. I'm one person, right? You know, I wasn't trying to really start a fight, but I gotta tell you, you know, I probably shouldn't have, you know, in hindsight, I shouldn't have got out of my car and stared like that. I should have ignored those kind of people. I shouldn't let my pride get to me. Just like with homeless dealing with pain, you know, don't let pain get, you know, the better of you. You know, I very easily could have been beat the crap out of. Like, those people could have all just jumped me and I'm one person. They very well could have had a firearm on them. They could have several of them. You know. It wouldn't even really matter if I had one on me or not, because I'm still outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? That was not the very smartest thing. That's not a good way to deal with a situation like that. However, I am only human, and I bring up I bring up mistakes, and I acknowledge it, and I try to be better for it. Just like with dealing with pain, you know, you could deal with pain in a positive way, or sometimes you could you know, break your character a little bit, or be too prideful and then make a mistake. When they acted like that, of course, I yelled at the people in the car. It was that's how I saw that there was a third dude that was in the back seat. They're they're crazy drug addicts, man. You know, even if I was to hit one of them, or if we got in a fight, or if they give me a fair one-on-one or anything like that, God knows what diseases they have. God knows that they most likely would not even my life is hard enough. Why do I, I need to be in situations where, I only engage when somebody's coming towards me. I could have easily ignored them, and then if they got too close to my car, then I could have done something about it. You know what I mean? I don't think they would have, and it really doesn't matter. I mean, I don't tell the story to sound like a tough guy or anything like that, and who knows what happened, but I'm talking about in a manner of which dealing with pain is relative to this, because what I would like people to do, and what I would suggest people to do, is to not let it overcome you. Just like I could have, my pride and my ego, and me knowing that I do people right, and to hear that they do other people wrong, and how tough they thought they were, and they had all sorts of numbers and all sorts of crap like that. It just really pisses me off. It's the same thing about gang mentality, right? A lot of gangs formed together so that they could stop being oppressed, but then when they're in a big group, a lot of them, they start oppressing other people, right? And I don't like that. I don't like other people oppressing people, whether they're one person or a lot. Probably just like the same thing as people don't like dealing with pain, and they don't want to feel it, and then maybe they try to escape reality by doing other stuff, and by doing that other stuff isn't going to help you out at all. There might be a short-term fix for it, by doing that, but I really don't think so. At least there's a lot of people like me that if I was in pain, and I don't drink or do drugs, but if I was in pain and I drink, I'm pretty sure that that it'd be very hard. It would be a lot harder for me to, I guess not harder. It'd be very easy for me to lose. Like I have a better chance of losing control at that point. Like my, instead of making good decisions, I think I'd make bad ones. About the quick transition, I actually felt myself getting a little bit tongue-tied on what I was trying to say. So took a moment to go ahead and recalibrate my mind. So basically, yeah, there's the pain of me knowing that I've been ran up on before, and that I've been outnumbered and I've been impressed before, and them doing that led me to get out of my vehicle and stare at them and say some unkind things. And then I didn't even say unkind things. I told them I didn't like it, but the odds were in their favor, you know what I'm saying? Thankfully nothing bad happened, but they were antagonistic cowards, you know what I mean? And I really don't want, if somebody is a coward, like you just don't want to fight and stuff like that, but you're not bothering anybody, then that is what it is. I can't stand when somebody antagonizes stuff. Like, you guys had the numbers, you guys probably had a bunch of stuff, all that crap. However, you act like everything's cool, and you're gonna shut the hell up when I told you, I didn't appreciate you guys waking me up. And it was, they didn't wake me up. I was awake. I was planning on about to go to sleep. However, my buddy Roughing It, hasn't been sleeping very well, and they're loud in the parking lot. And he's not gonna, probably at that point he probably knew better to say anything anyways, and his homeless dog would probably be doing the fighting anyways. And one dog versus all them, I don't know. I'd jump in though to help the dog out. But try not to get sidetracked. But the whole point of that is I let that pain get to me, and I do have sometimes have a problem with the ego and pride, and I don't want to back down. And I thought they were gonna come back with more people and stuff, and funny enough, they did. They had a car come over there and was being very loud, letting them know that they were dropping off a burner for them, the banger, you know what I mean? And I still stayed there. I wasn't gonna leave. At that point they weren't. It is what it is. I thought that one of them, I thought the person in the red truck was actually going to be driving. I get a little bit paranoid too. When an altercation like that happens and I see how somebody's still being antagonistic, wailing on your horn when you're leaving, what's to say that I know that, like you could be driving down that street and just dump on me. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that aren't so good in the hood. You know what I mean? People are crazy. People are they don't ever come to you face to face. You know what I mean? Most of the time, they're not going to let you know what their intentions are. They're just going to do it, especially if you have your guard dropped. So didn't sleep very good that night. But I'm trying to stay relative to this. So that's entertaining part of the story. But I'm going to get into some other stuff with pain. So please bear with me. So that's one way to look at it, right? You know, the pain of me being oppressed before, and you know, I don't like people doing bad stuff to people. I don't like it at all. You know, um, uh, and you know, me acting on it. I would have been better off staying in my car. Thankfully, I didn't get hurt. Thankfully, I didn't have to hurt any of them, and you know, it worked itself out. Now, what's to say that they won't run into me later and there's a problem? You never know, man. Somebody that pathetic and that petty and that much of an antagonistic coward, you never know. However, I do know this much, that it was just me out there staring at them, and if they really had an issue, they could have told me right then and there. They said they were going to shut the hell up, and that's what they needed to do. You know. Well, hopefully that's what they didn't do, but they said they were gonna you know, be quiet, and you know, then as soon as I'm sitting in my car and everything like that, and they leave, they decide to be loud. So to me, it really shows me what chicken shit people can be. I mean, I knew that by the way they're talking about running up on people and stuff like that. I can't stand crap like that. You know, it really pisses me off. Especially because they were taking such pride and glory in it, thinking it's funny. You know, you shouldn't be. You know, they're homeless, stealing from homeless. You know, they're homeless, running up on people that have you know, addictions just like them, and they thought it was funny to, you know, embarrassing those people. Like, they're much better, and that's something I don't like. You know, I'm sure none of you guys like it either. So with the other kind of pain that I was talked about is you know, like the pain of like losing a family member. What about the pain of trauma? What about the childhood trauma, or the pain of how somebody just did you dirty and now you're homeless? You know, and now is this pain different, being, you know, being homeless or, you know, living in your house? You're gonna feel it. In my opinion, you're gonna feel it both ways. However, I believe that it's way more of a stressful situation living on the streets and living in your car than living in your house. And but you know, I can understand that, you know, this is broad strokes. There are some people that, you know, wait a minute, living in my house is more stressful because I'm about to lose it. You've already lost a whole lot. What else do you got to lose? You know, one of the biggest things that you don't want to lose out here is your mind. You know, you don't want to use substances. You don't want to drink. You don't want to do that bad stuff, right? You want to stay sharp out here. You don't want to act out on your anger and your rage or your pain. You know, that kind of pain. Does it ever go away? I'd probably say no. You know, maybe some days it doesn't bother you as much, or you don't miss, you know, a family member as much, or it's more tolerable that day, or maybe that day you have more patience. Then you know, you got to stay strong and be positive. And the way that I'm trying to be positive, and you know, I'm no saint. You know what I mean? I'm human. I put my pants on one leg at a time like you guys do. I'm nothing special. You know what I mean? Other than I'm probably an alien. That's me just being corny, but who cares? Nonetheless, with that being said, is the way that I try to stay positive is by knowing that things can be so much worse. So, and I tried to learn from each thing, right? So I learned from that the other day. People are acting like that. It's nothing for me to go ahead and just leave or ignore them, or know that it's not my problem, not my situation. You know, I'm going to use it as a learning thing. You know, thankfully I'm still here and I'm not hurt. Thankfully, you know, I'm sure that those people that I dislike very much, they probably have family members that you know, care about them very much, and probably wouldn't have liked, you know, like, they wouldn't have cared if I got hurt, but they would very much care if they got hurt. And thankfully, nothing like that happened. And then also on top of that, with the pain, you know, family members, like, it's been, you know, several years since my grandmother passed away. It still hurts, still bothers me. The stuff that has happened, I have a video called Traumatic Childhood. The stuff that happened in that video still bothers me to this day. I do my best to learn from it. The way that I stay positive is knowing that it could always be worse. I know in my mind that it always seems like the odds are stacked against me, but it's not just me who have the odds. I think it's 90% of you know, the world, or 90% of America always have their odds stacked against them. You know what I mean? I have videos where I talked about statistics about how long marriages last for. So it's not like, oh, this person, oh, you know, I'm the only person who has a bad marriage, or I'm the only person that, you know, got really sick and lost my job, or, you know, you're not alone. You know what I mean? I'm here going through the same crap, my damn self. Not, you know, not marriages, but I'm homeless and I have struggles, and I'm sure that you guys are struggling just as much. And maybe you're not homeless yet. Maybe you're going to be homeless, or maybe you know, yeah, you're living, you know, you're living paycheck to paycheck. you know, or you have other kind of struggles. You know, this is not a pissing contest. I'm not here to say that I'm worse off than anybody. I'm just on here sharing my journey. And one of the coolest things is how everybody, you know, says good luck, or, you know, positive comments. The support system, you know, I have good friends and I got good family. You know what I'm saying? They're not in a position to help me out in that kind of way. They have their own families. They have their own family dynamics. You know what I mean? I don't like feeling like I'm a burden to people. You know what I mean? Nobody's ever offered me, hey, Alien. I mean, on YouTube, there's been a few people who like, come over here. You know, you could stay with me, and I've explained me being reluctant on that is I understand that you get to know me and get to see me, and I am my authentic and real self on here. The fact is I don't know, you know, I don't know what other people are like. You know what I mean? And I have trust issues. On YouTube, people being nice to me is cool, but for me to go into a stranger's home, that's a very scary situation. You know, I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? I know you. I know you. You know, always you know, commenting on YouTube and rocking it, and there's much love and much respect for that. But for me to walk into a stranger's house, that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how bad things can get. I don't know if people, you know, are sensible. I know that you know that I am because you guys watch me on videos. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm getting sidetracked again. But the truth is I get sidetracked because I like talking to you guys so much. And that's what's really crazy, is I'm really a shy person most of the time, and nobody really can tell that I'm shy. But I feel like I really open up when I'm talking to everybody. I'm just being myself and just talking while I'm waiting for orders. I do Uber Eats and I do DoorDash. So I'm sitting here with my phone on, and I'm like, you know, hey, this is something that popped in my head that I want to talk about. Maybe we could all learn from it and you know, be better for it. You know, so one of the things with that is literally, you know, how do you, you know, I guess, you know, homeless dealing with pain. I'm talking about how I deal with pain. I'm going to leave off with, like, you know, some really good stuff. So the pain never really goes away. In time, it can be more tolerable. In time, it can be worse. In my experience, I've always tried to make it more tolerable. I try to focus on the positive stuff. I try to get myself in a routine. I try to stay focused. I do notice when I have, you know, like when I know it's the worst, like typically at nighttime, you know, when you're just sitting there thinking, you know, my brain will go back to, you know, things that have hurt and stuff like that. And then what I do, and because I didn't like it, I choose for it to stop, is how I'm not going to be like that, or what could I learn from this. And I guess that's the biggest part of the journey. Now, does that mean that, you know, I'm like Tony Robinson, who's always got the answers and everything's a big smile? No, I have my down days too. Most of the time, I'm very positive, and I'm very, you know, like, I don't take out my pain on other people. You know, I'm not perfect, but I can pretty much say that I don't. I guess the way that I would, well, I don't take out my pain on other people. However, I was to defend myself, you know, I would think about some of the bad stuff that happens to me, whether I mean to think about it or not, and that's something that I think that comes out in those types of situations. But I don't want to get sidetracked about this too much. I just wanted to share, you know, share that story, share the update, and talk about this, and I really hope that it reached people. My last video seems to do pretty well, so I ask that you guys continue supporting and helping me out. And if anybody knows anything about Google AdSense or being a YouTube partner, I know I got a small channel. I'm not looking, you know, like, I think that I'm lucky to make a couple dollars, if that. But you know what? While my channel grows and me being able to monetize, I mean, that seems cool to me. You know, every little bit helps, especially living in your car. Especially about that. Specifically to that, I do have a Cash App. It's the same as my YouTube name, AlienAscend. If you want to bless me or show love, link will be in the description. You can bless me. You don't have to. I'm not on here begging. And ask that you rock with me and watch my other content. And I want to thank you so much.